From the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida, it's the finals of the Wpba Championship presented by the American Pool Players Association.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to South Florida. We're glad to have you with us at this final event on the Wpba Classic Tour, a major championship, the Wpba Championship. Mitch Lawrence alongside Dawn Hopkins. Dawn, a thrilling week here in Florida. We're down to the last two players out of the 64 that started, Kelly Fisher and Monica Webb. We'll start with Monica. This has already been an historic week for her.
It's been a fantastic week. She's already jumped over a hurdle that she's never done before. This is the highest finish she's ever had. So no matter what she does from here, it's a great accomplishment in her career.
And Kelly Fisher, the #1 ranked player in the world, does not seem to be letting up. This is an amazing display of 9-ball that she's giving us this week. When she lost a rack to Sarah Rousey, we all went, wow, she lost a rack. Do you see any of this letting up anytime soon for her?
I don't. You know, she's in a zone. She is not thinking out there. She's just doing what she's been trained to do her whole pool career, and that is to win. So I don't see anybody stopping Kelly.
All right, it's going to be a great final matchup. One of these two will be your champion, as they say here at our fabulous host venue. Let's rock and roll.
And there you see the handshake to get it all started. The lag for the opening break. Monica Webb from the Atlanta, Georgia area. Kelly Fisher, originally from England, now living in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. Here's our rules of the game. Cue ball, object balls 1 to 9. Player has to hit the lowest numbered ball on the table first. The game is over when the 9 goes. All through this match, we'll have a chance to hear from a former national champion. Down on the floor, the Black Widow, Jeanette Lee.
Thanks, guys. This is the culmination of this week, what we've all been waiting for. We've watched both players on top of their game with the drive to win. But no matter what happens, it's going to be exciting. And if Monica takes it down, there's going to be emotion you've never seen before.
I would certainly have to agree with that sentiment, Dawn, as Steve Tipton gets this first rack ready. Monica Webb has won 5 out of 7 lags this week, 4 out of 6 coming in. And that is what you want, a chance to get to the table, hopefully make a ball, and establish some kind of rhythm. Sounded solid, but nothing on the break for Monica.
Yeah, it was a solid break, but she's left Kelly with a shot on the 1 into the corner pocket. The 2 ball is at the other end here. So I think that if she just follows the 1, comes in between the 3 and the 4 for the 2, stop somewhere in the middle of the table. Anytime you're in the middle of the table, you're usually in a good spot.
We wait for that cue ball to stop rolling, give you the rules of this final match. Race to 7 for the title. 30-second shot clock with 1 extension per rack on the players. We'll alternate the break, and it'll be foul on all balls.
Kelly wants to just draw the cue ball down for the 3 in the corner that she's standing at.
And if you're Monica, not a good sign here in the opening rack. Nothing on the break and a chance for Kelly to do what she has seemed to do now for the last few matches, if not this entire week. Just steamroll players, giving up 1 rack against Helena Tornfelt and Sarah Rousey combined. Nothing has seemed to faze her. She has found her own rhythm and just stayed there. So it's important for Monica to establish some presence early against Kelly Fisher, for sure.
Well, here's a key shot right here, Mitch. She's going to probably let her stroke out, draw the cue ball backs so that she can play the 6 in the side. She'll use that low left-hand English. It's perfectly done. She seems so solid right now, the ball speed and everything.
We look at her maneuver around the table there. It has been a phenomenal year for Kelly. She wants this title not just to finish the year on a high note. She has already guaranteed the #1 ranking no matter what happens in this match. She finished runner-up here last year to Allison Fisher. And that runner-up taste does not sit well with somebody of Kelly's ability and desire. She just really wants to win in the best sense of the word. Good start for her here. This 9-ball for a 1-rack lead. Quick fire, Kelly Fisher. establishes early control here in Florida in the finals. As the WPBA Classic Tour season comes to an end, a showdown between two worthy opponents takes center stage. Monica Webb, closer than she's ever been to a longed-for first tour title, proving herself ready this week with victories over two of the game's great champions. Kelly Fisher, hungry now for her second major title of the year, a win in 3 of the last 4 events, and the resulting satisfaction of a surefire Player of the Year campaign. Will we have an emotionally jubilant American-born national champion, the first since 1994? Or the exclamation point on a season that truly proclaims a dominant new superstar? For the last time in 2008, the WPBA Classic Tour is about to crown their conquering heroine.
This ESPN presentation of the WPBA Championship presented by the American Pool Players Association is brought to you by the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, South Florida's only real casino and ultimate entertainment destination. By the American Pool Players Association, the world's largest pool league. And by Brunswick Billiards, since 1845, the standard of superior craftsmanship, preferred by experts around the world.
We have had an awesome week here at the Hard Rock. We come down to our championship final matchup, and speaking of awesome weeks, look at this week for Monica Webb. Victories over Hall of Famer Ava Lawrence after the match against Val Finney, former national champion Jeanette Lee, 8th-ranked Anna Kastanian, the 3-time national champion Karen Corr, and then that milestone victory over Vivian Villarreal to get to the finals. Monica just wants to keep this week going. Kelly Fisher will be determined to not let that happen. Up 1-0 in a race to 7. Mitch Lawrence and Dawn Hopkins here with you for the final time in 2008 season-ending major championship event. And she returns the favor. Nothing on the break for Kelly Fisher.
Yeah, those didn't really spread very well. She's got the 1 here next to the 8. I think she's going to bump the 1 to the rail and just leave the cue ball stuck right behind the 8 ball. She could try to bank it if she's feeling very aggressive and wants to just go for it. The 2 is right there in front of the pocket at the left. Oh, beautiful shot.
Great work, and I think that's what Monica's going to have against Kelly Fisher to win this match. Let's go down to the floor. Jeanette has a word with someone who knows what it means to win this prestigious title. Jeanette?
I'm here with Karen Corr, 3-time WPBA national champion. Now, what does it mean for these two girls who have never won this tournament before to win this event?
Well, it's the most prestigious event on our calendar year. It'd be awesome. Kelly's won world championships and major events, but it'd be huge here for Monica to get her first win, and especially such an important event. So I think everybody's really rooting for Monica to do well, and she deserves it and works hard. And Kelly's the #1 player in the world, so you can top that really.
All right. Well, if anybody would know, you would know. Thanks, Karen.
Thanks, Jeanette.
Thank you both. Words of wisdom from #2 ranked Karen Corr, who got knocked off in her quarterfinal. Up close and personal look at Monica's game this week. And Dawn, we've talked earlier about certain calm that seems to have come over Monica as she has gone through a very difficult field at this event. Just something a little bit different about her. Whether it's working with Tony Crosby, her new coach, whatever it is, she seems to have clicked into a little bit different spot than she's been in previous events.
Right. She just looks like it's any other match out there, Mitch, which is the way you're supposed to shoot. Every ball should be like it's the championship ball, whether it's the first round of the tournament or the last, and that's exactly how she's playing right now. So in this shot here, she'll just shoot the 6 in the side. She'll shoot the 6 here and then come around behind the 9 for the 7. You don't want to run into that 9 at all or get stuck behind it.
Nice.
She's got the speed down too much.
Looks very, very comfortable, and an interesting start to this championship matchup between Monica and Kelly, each one coming up dry on their own break. Kelly took advantage of that in the first rack to get her first rack. And Monica trying to say, okay, you give me the chance, I'm going to do the same exact thing. And I really believe that nobody this week has been able to stand up to the pressure of Kelly Fisher. And this opening rack for Monica says an awful lot about her willingness to do just that. That 9 ball with emphasis, and Monica Webb is on the board. We're tied here in Florida. For Monica, being in the WPBA Championship Finals is already a milestone. Since turning pro in 1999, she's been the 3rd most consistent player in the WPBA, and that is without ever making it to a Classic Tour title final round.
I'm yet to win a Classic Tour stop. I've won other titles, a lot of open events.
Like that?
I've won titles, but a Classic Tour event title is missing. I would like to put that title in my crown. I would like to put many in my crown, and my game is there to where I deserve it. And I'm just going to do my best. My best is good enough. And you know, if I don't grab it today, then I'll fight tomorrow. But you know, I'm just sticking to my game plan and staying in the moment for now. I'm a student of the game, big time. I love learning. You never stop learning in pool. But I feel good going into this tournament. I took some lessons with Buddy Hall, Hall of Fame men's player, and the things he taught me really helped me get through this tough time, and I think that's why I'm here today in contention to win the tournament. The win would definitely carry very well.
It certainly would, and we have a barn burner here at the Hard Rock. 1 apiece in a race to 7. One of these two will hear the music of a championship. The Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, one of the coolest, most stylish resorts you will find anywhere. Whether you're coming with just a couple of friends or hundreds of business associates, the Hard Rock can offer you everything, no matter what you're looking for. Entertainment, dining, shopping. The Hard Rock Hotel and Casino has it all. And certainly this week, it has had the WPBA Classic Tour, and what a week it's been for the #1 player in the world, Kelly Fisher. Straight wins all the way through against the toughest competition in the world. And those 2 victories, 7-0 and 7-1 over Helena and Sarah, big time. Here are some highlights from rack number 3 here in Florida, Dawn.
Yeah, Monica had the break working for her here. She made the 3 in the side, had this long shot on the 2, missed it, which gave Kelly a chance back at the table. And Kelly pulled ahead by 1 game after this 9.
2-1 now for Quick Fire, race to 7 for the title. Kelly has 2 of those already this year, won the US Open, a major championship, and she won the last tour event, the Pacific Coast Classic. Monica finished 3rd in that event. A good sign that both of these players were going to come in strong to Florida. 5 ball on the break, Dawn.
Yes, and here's the 1 ball. She doesn't have a pocket really for this 1. There's a group of balls over here that she could try to get maybe the cue ball over there behind, but I don't know, that would be tough. She could put the 1 over there by that group of balls and thin the 1 on the right side, bringing the cue ball back down here. There's a lot of options on this type of shot. Let's see if she gets it behind the 4. Not quite. So Monica is going to play a safe right back. Monica can see the edge of the 4. I mean of the 1 ball, past the 4.
She definitely left Kelly a shot on the one here. She has been so solid on any shot this week. There is nothing that I look at she won't be able to make if she keeps going that way. You can see her checking out the ball underneath.
Well, she's worried about that foul, and that really kind of makes you stand in a way that you're not used to. And look at that, Mitch. Normally, if those balls weren't there, I don't think Kelly would have had any trouble making that one. But she's so worried about not touching the other balls that I think it changes her stance.
Remember, it's foul on all balls, meaning the player cannot touch any other ball with any part of their body. Clothing, body, anything.
She's a little short on that safety. So it does give Kelly a shot in the side with the one ball. The tough part is seeing by the 6. See how the 6 is near the pocket? So she really only has a half a pocket to work with. Oof. Yes, she was trying to slide that into the right side of the pocket.
Close, but just jars out and goes down table. Let's go back down to the floor and a word from Jeanette.
Okay, this is really interesting. These two players have been playing phenomenal all week. And now with the pressure mounting, they're both starting to make errors that really can cost them the entire championship. Just one miss against this great player could mean they don't shoot again. So they've got to keep it together, get themselves back composed, get in there and win the match.
And it is a good point. We have not seen Kelly miss at all. A couple of misses in this rack, and she goes for the 9 there, hanging in that corner pocket.
Oh, that was close, Mitch. A little bit of low left English. Just didn't quite spin it in.
And the one bumping off the 8. The reaction from Monica pretty much tells it all. And quick fire back to the table.
Again, she's worried about the shirt. She's going to cross bank this, I think, play a safety. That was really good to get around and not double kiss the one ball. Typically, if a shot is dead straight like this, it's hard not to double kiss. You've got to put a lot of spin on it. So whenever you see a straight in shot, just think about that when you're trying to cross bank.
That 9 is just hanging. Well, this could be really interesting.
Yes, there's a couple of options here for Kelly. She could make the 1 into the rail to make the 9 go rail first with the 1, or you've got a 3-ball combination possibility too.
Very rare that we see a 3-ball combo, but with that 9 so deep, let's see if she goes for it. Got down quickly. And takes care of it. Just too sweet to pass up for Kelly Fisher. And as long as she made contact down the line there, that 9 so deep, it went. A 2-rack lead now for Kelly Fisher. Quick fire over the assassin, Monica Webb. Here's our trivia question brought to you by Simonis. What WPBA player was featured on the new Discovery Channel show, Time Warp? We'll have the answer and a lot more action when we come back right after this. Here's our trivia question. What WPBA player was featured on the new Discovery Channel show Time Warp? And that would be Liz Ford, a great new Discovery Channel show that uses technology to give you real insight into how things work. And here in South Florida at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, we have had a fantastic week already. A big part of this match is the break. Monica on the left, Kelly on the right, Dawn.
Yeah, they both have very similar styles when breaking. I think the difference here is that Kelly moves more forward into the shot than Monica does. Monica, pretty much her head is staying still the whole time. So I would say that Kelly gets a little bit more into the shot because of that forward movement.
And year-to-date stats back up what you're saying, Dawn. Kelly with the better of it along the way. More efficient break. And as we move on here in this final matchup, we're moving into rack 6, but first the highlights from rack 5.
Monica continues her great breaking, making a couple of balls, staying down and running out to keep up with Kelly. And then the next rack, Kelly breaks. She does make a ball, but doesn't have a shot on the one, so they play a little bit of safety battle here, Mitch. Back and forth. Monica stays steady. She gets a little bit of body language in there to help her out, which Kelly's entertained, but in the end, I think it's Monica that wins out here, takes advantage to tie the score back up.
And how big for Monica after Kelly was up 3-1 and threatening to run away with this final match. She ties it. And as we move into rack 7, Monica has the break. There you see the score. And down on the floor as Monica gets ready, Jeanette has a very special guest who also knows the meaning of what it means to have a special week. Nothing on the break for Monica. Here's Jeanette.
I'm here with Ava Mattia-Lawrence, who was recently inducted into the WPBA Hall of Fame. And now you're also a member of the BCA Hall of Fame. Now, how did those two compare?
Well, I think the BCA Hall of Fame, Billiard Congress of America, is a pretty heavy-hitting thing in our industry. They mention your name among names like Minnesota Fats, William Moscone, Gene Belucas, and then you hear your own name. It's pretty overwhelming, that moment. But the WPBA Hall of Fame, being elected and voted on by your peers and getting the nod from them, is pretty spectacular.
Well, now there's a lot of emotion wrapped around that, but I've also known that you've won so many championships. Would you say one felt greater than the other?
Well, you know what it's like, winning a championship, anything you enter, I don't care if it's a local tournament, it's a pretty spectacular feeling, but I think winning this event here, the National Championship, U.S. Open, and the Worlds obviously would have to, be special out of everything else, but any term you win feels pretty good. I would love to do it again.
I do. Thanks a lot, Ava.
So, Mitch, I'm thinking that maybe during the induction, you didn't have a dry eye over there, did you?
I felt like I had 12 eyes that weren't dry at that point. Obviously very proud. And congratulations to the striking Viking.
She's very deserving.
Beautiful shot there by Monica. Here's a replay and worth every minute of this, Dawn.
Yeah, she had to spin and hit that perfect behind the one ball in order to do that.
Critical juncture of this match, hits the point, and that is going to be huge. It'll be ball in hand for Monica Webb.
I think what happened is she tried to elevate her cue stick a little to kind of curve around the balls, but it didn't quite pick up the spin in time, and it hit the tip of the side pocket. So Monica has ball in hand here. She's got to watch out for the 8, that she doesn't touch the 8, and that's always in somebody's mind. That's very uncharacteristic here. So she's probably going to kick one rail at this ball, just hit it hard, try to get something going. And the side maybe. No. Oh, I'll tell you.
That point comes into play.
Yeah. If she could just widen the pocket a little, it'd be okay. Look at how close it is to the 7. Monica can see the 1, though, so she's going to hit it directly.
Whoa.
Wow, Mitch.
She knows, though. Look at that.
That was an unbelievable gutsy shot, Mitch.
That's what I get for missing ball in hand.
That is the way you have to feel. She'll have to come off that rail, try to make good contact, which she does, and hope that nothing easy comes to Kelly Fisher.
Well, it's not getting any easier for Kelly here.
I was going to say before, such a critical rack, tied at 3 and a race to 7. And Kelly got there too, good shot.
What a Monica's going to hit one rail. The 3, 9, and 8 are there, so she could get a good roll here if she hits it at the right speed.
Oh.
Oh, man, just a little bit too thin.
Back and forth we go. Ball in hand now for Kelly Fisher. Monica had it first. Kelly has it now. Monica did not take advantage, and we will see if Kelly can. Again, checking underneath to make sure she's not anywhere near any of the balls.
You know, this is my favorite part of the finals, is you've got the number 1 player here. The score is tied 3-3. So you wonder what's happening now under the real pressure. When it's a close match, she's not way out front. She's going to just bring it down the table for the 5 ball. Don't want to get on the rail. If she gets too straight, it's going to be hard to get positioned. So she's probably going to shoot high right-hand English and spin the cue ball around the table for the 6.
I'd say pretty good right there. You know, it's interesting because in the couple of matches we've seen prior to this, in the quarters and the semis, Kelly was spot on. Most of the time, probably 90% of the time, she was exactly where she wanted to be, shaped for the next shot. Made everything look easier. She gained more confidence, and bang, all of a sudden, 7-0, 7-1. Monica has put pressure on her, and she has a little bit of a different feel. She's moving through this rack now. We'll see if she slides back into that mindset, Kelly. It's just been an interesting change, a little bit of a change from the prior matches.
Well, that's why I say when it's not a runaway match. See this here? Even this shot here. She knows she overstroked that, way overstroked it by 3 feet. She should be in the middle of the table. And that's where the pressure is getting to her. I like to see she's human.
Deep breath and a tough shot to go ahead. And that is what the great ones do. Take what the table gives you and still make the 9. Quick fire Kelly Fisher back up by 1 rack over Monica Webb. Back and forth we go. One of these two will wear the crown here at the Hard Rock.
Hi, I'm here to talk about the pause or hesitation in the stroke. 90% of snooker players stop at the back of the stroke, whereas 90% of pool players tend to stop at the front of the stroke. The importance of the hesitation or pause is to get your eyes focused on the object ball. As a snooker player stopping at the back of the stroke, that allows me to focus on the object ball when I'm pulling back and holding. As a pool player stopping at the front of the stroke, that allows me to have another look at the cue ball before coming back slowly and striking the ball with my eyes on the object ball. That's my Q-Tech tip of the day.
And we thank you for it, Allison, 8-time national champion here in South Florida. The end of a fantastic week at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. And Kelly Fisher coming to the table, a 1-rack lead, 4-3 as we move into rack 8. And a big time for her to use that awesome break, the one that has given her a number 2 ranking year-to-date on tour for games won on her own break. Can she put a little more distance between herself and Monica Webb?
Well, this is a nice break, Mitch. She has a good shot in the 1 ball into the corner. The 2 is there. The 7 and the 5 are tied up along the rail, though. So when it comes to that point, we'll see if she can make that 5.
Terrific time to try to establish some control over this particular rack. Kelly has been working so hard, and Dawn, you and I have talked about the break, snooker players coming over and how it's not part of their repertoire really in the game of snooker to the degree that it is in 9-ball and other games of pool. And so all the snooker players, as they've come over, have had to really concentrate on raising the level of their break.
Right, they have. Well, she's going to pocket this ball here and come out to the center of the table for that 5, so it does go by. And yes, Mitch, you're right. They don't have the big, powerful break in snooker. They're always trying to strategize about their break. So Kelly has definitely worked on her break since she's come over, and it's really working well.
As Kelly gets over this shot, Jeanette has a very special guest down on the floor. Let's go to Jeanette now.
I'm here with Renee Lyle, the president of the American Pool Players Association and national sponsor of the WPBA. Can you tell us what that relationship's like and what it's done for your organization?
It's been a wonderful relationship. We've been together almost a decade now. I mean, we've always been a huge supporter of professional pool, and to be involved with the women and be able to attract our members out to participate and see the events, get them an opportunity to mingle and improve their game as well and their skills.
Well, thanks for sponsoring our tour, and hopefully it'll be a relationship forever.
Yes, ma'am.
Great shot on the 5 there. We, of course, want to thank Renee and everybody with the APA for their support along the way. Monica looking on a little bit concerned. Kelly 4 balls left on the table for a 2-rack lead, and this is where she usually starts to pull away. At least that is what she has done all week. Watch out.
Oh. That was such a thin cut, Mitch, on the 6. Such a thin cut that she had to slide it over. It was hard to hold the cue ball up for that 7. So here she's just pocketing the 7 and taking the shot. I don't know if I like her position even on this bank shot, because she's going to have to come around for the 9. This will leave her a hard shot on the 9 ball. See, and she overcut that ball trying to get position instead of just focusing on making that 8.
So that problem area between the 5 and 7 being tied up along the rail and getting back for the 8. Now, can Monica take advantage? Oh.
Wow, that was a big miss on Monica's part. To be able to tie the game up versus letting Kelly go ahead. Just overcut the ball slightly.
And the only thing that might help Monica here is that cue ball kept rolling and is now against the rail. Tougher cut for Kelly. Stretched out.
Just got to watch the cue ball come around. 3 rails for the 9.
No.
Oh, my gosh. You know, she wasn't comfortable, Mitch. And, you know, when she's not really playing focused, you don't feel the shot as well either.
And what a time for this. Trying to take a 2-rack lead. You see Monica's reaction, a fist pump, because she gets ball in hand. And now, once again, we are tied. Huge turnaround in this match. A mistake by Kelly Fisher. Monica Webb taking advantage. A race to 7 for the final. Wow. Does it get more exciting than this? The wonders of the world of Championship 9-ball, not the only thing evident in the Hollywood, Florida area. Everglades Holiday Park. Fantastic spot to see nature at its best. So much to see and do here in the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino area. Referee Steve Tipton getting that table ready as we look at our Mueller Top 16. One of the terrific stories we got to witness this week, the highest finish ever for Sarah Rousey from Bloomington, Illinois. Let's hear a little more from Sarah.
I've been playing since I was young, so I've always just wanted to be the best. I mean, I had Gerda and Allison's picture on my wall when I was younger, so now the old WPBA poster kind of turned into my dartboard instead of, you know, my poster on the wall. But it just, I love being here and I love getting to play pool because not everyone can say they do what they love. So the opportunity to do this is just awesome.
Awesome indeed. Congratulations again to Sarah. And as we get ready to move into rack number 10, we're getting tighter and tighter here. The action increasing in intensity. Here are the highlights from rack 9. Monica at the break.
Now, she made a couple of balls on the break, didn't have a shot on the one, and played a little bit of a weak safety here, leaving the one in front of the pocket, which Kelly took advantage in her shot-making skills. Unfortunately, her feel around the table for speed is not on. She gets stuck, leaves an opening for Monica. Monica takes advantage of that opening and wins rack 9.
And a huge turn for Monica. Once down 4-3, has put together back-to-back racks. And now leads 5-4 in a race to 7. Mitch Lawrence and Dawn Hopkins here in Hollywood, Florida. And Kelly needs a big break here.
She makes a ball on the break, Mitch. Let's see where the one ends up. Looks like she has a shot on the one into the corner. The 2 and the 8 are down here, but if she slices this in, she could break open those balls. I don't know, though. It's kind of a thin slice, so she may play a safety here, too.
Kind of risky where the 8 and the 2 would wind up if she managed to hit into them.
Right. You never know what's going to happen there.
Goes for the safety.
She's relying on those balls in the middle of the table to hide and did not get it.
For the second rack in a row, as we saw in the highlights, safety play and speed control becoming a big part of the story of this match.
Yeah, Monica could cut this ball in and again come around for the 2. Just cut it a little bit too fat, Mitch.
You know, we talk so much about the pressure and how it mounts as we go along. Wonder how much is a part of that as we go now, because you can feel it. The whole room is electric right now. That's a better safety there for sure.
Yes, Monica's going to have to kick at this ball. You can see how close the cue ball is to the 6, so there's not much room. So she'll go 1 rail down. Actually, 2 rails because it makes it. Wow, look at that.
Almost made it.
That was a great attempt. She had all 3 balls moving.
Kelly comes and takes a look, and while she does, let's go back down to the floor where the Black Widow waits. Jeanette?
Now, just like in poker, it benefits the player to not let their opponent know what they're thinking. They want to keep their emotions inside and let their play do the talking. But there's so much pressure here, so much on the line, that they just can't hide it. You can just see from their faces everything that they're thinking.
And that's exactly what we're talking about. Jeanette has a good point that it seems to just all of a sudden, you're here. It's the end of the week. You could tell by that play by Kelly. There's pretty much not a whole lot of other things she could do there. Monica will gladly take it because this rack, should she get it, Dawn, will give her the hill 1 rack away from the championship.
She took a heavy sigh on that after that last shot, Mitch. I think letting out some energy. She's going to use a little high left and spin out of that corner.
Good shot there. You know, we've been talking about Monica, that she's looked different all week. Here's another look that we've noticed a certain calm and centered quality to her play. No matter who she was playing, she talks very much about being in the now, a pre-shot routine that has helped her, working on it with her coach, Tony Crosby. You have to keep going back to that part of your game.
I wonder if sticking the tongue out helps.
Part of the pre-shot
also.
routine?
Yeah.
She might add it after this week if she wins. But this is when you need that the most. Tough cut there and gets it to go. And you know, in the past, I have to say, those are the shots that we have seen Monica miss before. The ones that are kind of a little bit tricky, a little bit tough. If you come out of them at all, these pockets so tight, you're going to jar it. Kelly would have had another trip. Instead, Monica still at the table with a chance to get to 6.
Right. One thing that she's doing on these pockets, because they are very tight, Mitch, is if you hit them a little softer, then the pockets tend to take the ball, the object ball, better. So her stroke is really in tune here. She's going to either draw back or follow forward, whatever she's comfortable with, to just stay away from the 9.
What I like about what she's doing right now at a critical time, she talked to me, as you hear her breathe again, that's what Dawn was talking about. She said she's been playing the game throughout the tournament at her own rhythm and in her own game. She said the big thing for her is that she feels great to be able to bring it at the end of a tournament week instead of during the week. And that is what that rhythm is all about for Monica Webb. This 9 to get to the hill. And you saw the look of focus and concentration on the face of the assassin. She knows she is close, but she also knows the #1 ranked player in the world is still lurking. Here in Florida, anything can still happen. Stick around.
This ESPN presentation of the WPBA Championship presented by the American Pool Players Association is brought to you by the American Pool Players Association, the world's largest pool league. And by Q-Tech Cues, serious cues for serious players, and choice of the world's most dominant player.
Back here at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, as we look at Kelly Fisher, she will be thinking for a long time about a very big shot in the 8th rack. That scratch gave ball in hand to Monica Webb. And instead of Kelly Fisher going up 5-3, Monica tied it up at 4 and has never looked back. On the hill now, 1 rack away from the title is the assassin. Here she is with the break. Only ranked 24th for the year on tour in games 1 on her break, and she would like to improve on that. You saw that little pump there, Dawn.
That was pretty intense there. She's got a shot on the 1 into the corner. The 2 is sitting right by the side pocket, so this looks like it could be over if she can get position on that 2. How fast do you think her heart is pumping? Well, she's going to spin around and does not want to go into the 7. So now she's got the 2 in the side. Cue ball can come around for the 3 down here, but this is a very hard shot. It's a very hard cut, so she could also play a safe. I think this is the wiser choice, is to play the safe. She's going to put a little bit of right-hand English, come off the rail to spin the cue ball into the 4 ball.
At a time like this, when your nerves are just completely on edge, and all the small muscles are firing, how difficult to play a delicate shot. Control the speed. She has made Kelly play a difficult shot now. Let's see what she can do off the rail. Manages to hit it. The question is, will Monica have a shot?
Well, there's not a shot directly to the pocket. There is a blocking ball there. The 6. She can't play the combination because the 7's in the way. So the only thing she can do here is either go for the bank or maybe 3-rail safe.
Goes for the bank and gets it. Watch out! Oh. Unbelievable. Heart-stopping.
Hey, she's got this shot on the 3 ball, but there's balls in the way down here, so she's going to make the 3 come around and try to miss these balls. Either that, go straight up and down the table. She just does not want to hit the balls in the middle of the table.
You know what? You got to give it to Monica right now.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
That was big. That was big.
When she went for that bank, it said one thing to me. She said all week the difference in her game has been that she is now playing to win and not playing to, not lose. And that kind of a shot under this pressure after what she has done all week, just phenomenal. You absolutely owe it to yourself and everybody else to give some props to Monica Webb right now.
Well, one thing about that 2-ball is Monica knows the game of one pocket pretty well. She does play a little bit of one pocket, and that has a lot of bank shots in it, so I'll bet you that she was very comfortable with that
but
shot.
to pull it out at this point in the match,
course.
whereas before you might have really thought she just looked like she committed to the shot.
Absolutely.
And you got to love it. You mentioned how hard. Is her heart pounding? I'm waiting to see it there.
Could you imagine your first championship being the WPBA championship?
A national title. A big splash indeed. How do you think, talking about heart pounding, how do you think her parents, Alberta and Johnny Webb, feel watching, knowing how much this has meant to their daughter, to them over all the years? Monica Webb starting at 8 years of age in her father Johnny's pool room. And a perfect ending this will be for Monica Webb. The time is now. That simple declaration right there, Monica Webb going, oh my God. This will start to hit her more and more what she has just accomplished. Monica Webb, Kelly Fisher, great matchup for sure. And here are updated WPBA Classic Tour year-end rankings. Vivian Villarreal, Monica Webb. Monica shoots all the way to number 4. And here, no question about it, our turning point brought to you by the APA, rack number 8. Once again, this scratch by Kelly Fisher opened the door for Monica Webb. Let's go down to the floor. Jeanette has a word with our happy champion.
Monica, we are so proud of you. This is such a long time coming. What are you feeling right now?
I feel like a ton of bricks is lifted off of my shoulders. And, I mean, I didn't want to cry. I was trying so hard not to cry.
I hear you.
It's just like a ton of bricks off my shoulders. I mean, I've been so close so many times, and I know I have the game, and I would come up short every time in my game when it mattered. And it's so hard to win. I mean, you have to play great against these girls. And just finally, I've arrived. I want to thank the sponsors for making moments, special moments like this happen, guys. Thank you so much. You're doing a great thing. But I definitely want to thank Helena Thornfeld, who got me playing again. And my family, and all the girls. It's an honor. It's an honor to have won against Kelly. She's a great, great competitor. I love her to death, and I'm sorry, but I'm not. I'll definitely take my moment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Monica, and congratulations again to Kelly Fisher, an incredible adversary.
Emotions obviously running high here at the Hard Rock. Kelly Fisher will hold on to her number 1 ranking. Vivian Villarreal. Monica Webb, though, absolutely the story as she hoists one of the most coveted trophies in the world of sports. Monica, a momentous week for so many reasons, has finally stepped into the destiny she saw for herself for so long. For Dawn Hopkins, I'm Mitch Lawrence. Glad you've been with us. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. So long from Florida.
on, baby!
Monica, we are so proud of you. This is such a long time coming. What are you feeling right now?
I feel like a ton of bricks is lifted off of my shoulders. And, I mean, I didn't want to cry. I was trying so hard not to cry.
I hear you.
It's just like a ton of bricks off my shoulders. I mean, I've been so close so many times, and I know I have the game, and I would come up short every time in my game when it mattered. And it's so hard to win. I mean, you have to play great against these girls. And just finally, I've arrived. I want to thank the sponsors for making moments, special moments like this happen, guys. Thank you so much. You're doing a great thing. But I definitely want to thank Helena Thornfelt, who got me playing again. And my family, and all the girls. It's an honor. It's an honor to have won against Kelly. She's a great, great competitor. I love her to death, and I'm sorry, but I'm not. I'll definitely take my moment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Monica, and congratulations again to Kelly Fisher, an incredible adversary.